What's up guys, this is David with Joe's Gaming and Electronics here with a Solo 3 wireless repair video. Today I'll be showing you guys how to replace a Solo 3 wireless right hinge. This repair is difficult, so if you think you're not capable of this repair, you can always send them into our repair center to be repaired by a professional. So I'll be replacing this right hinge here. As you can tell, it is broken. So I'll be replacing with this part right here. So the first step would be to remove this right ear pad with a pry tool. Just like that. Remove this tape around here. Alright, now we can unscrew these 3 screws here. Once you have the 3 screws unscrewed, open up the speaker, and we will need to unsolder all of these wires here. So go ahead and unsolder this red wire and this blue and black wire. Set the speaker aside. Now you'll need to free up all the wires. They're glued to the panel. So go ahead and remove that. Loosen them up. Just like that. Now grab a pry tool like this, and we're going to be separating the 2 panels, the outside and the inside. So you start usually from this side here, kind of just pry that up. And it comes off nicely. So at this point we want to remove this battery. Go ahead and unclip it. And it's held on double-sided tape, so you can sort of pry it up. Oh. And there it is. Set that aside. And what I like to do is to remove this screw here. And pop this board up. Just like that. Unplug this wire here. And now we can pull these wires through, just like that. Once you have this separated, set that to the side. And at this point, we will need to pull these or remove these wires from this panel. So carefully pull these wires away. They are glued, so you don't want to rip them. And that's how you remove the wires. Set this panel aside. So at this point, we want to get this wire up from the hinge. So as you pull this wire up, you want to kind of help it with the flathead right underneath the wire. Don't want to pull it too hard so you don't rip anything. So once you get that taken care of, you can slide this hinge now. Don't slide it all the way out. At this point, you want to fold it and grab a pair of pliers, needle nose pliers, and there's a little pin in there. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's this little metal pin right there on both sides. All we need to do is remove one of them. Just like that. Don't lose that pin, it's very small. Alright, so here's the broken piece, as you can tell. Remove this gold inner hinge part. We'll be using that. This piece you can throw away. You can pull these wires through all the way out. This clip is kind of thick, so you gotta turn it sideways. Push it through the hole, comes out. So at this point, the little hinge was broken off of the ear, so you need to unscrew these two screws that used to hold the hinge. And now you can pop this sucker out. This was part of the broken hinge. At this point, we'll be installing this little piece here with this new one. So go ahead and install this copper piece into the hinge. Just like that. And now you can push these wires through. So once you get this entire main wire through, you'll want to slide it through this hinge. I usually like getting this thicker wire through and then shove the other two in. Just like this. At this point, you can clip one side in. Make sure you have the pin on that side. This one is not in there right now. We'll install that later. So you clip it down, and now we'll install this last hinge pin here. So in order to install the hinge pin, you will need little tweezers and fold this hinge just like that. And we'll go ahead and grab the hinge pin with the tweezers, and you pretty much want to carefully install it. This is a difficult part, so you'll need to just be patient, as it is a small piece. You can kind of clean up all this residue, so it'll be easier to get your hinge pin in. So clip the hinge down, fold it, grab the pin with the tweezers, and slowly install that pin. There you go. Now we have both the pins in and installed. You can fold that down again, and now slide this wire all the way up, just like that. Now we'll be screwing in these two screws here. These are the two shorter screws. You don't want to get them mixed up with the longer screws. Alright. At this point, we will be installing this inside panel. So grab your outside panel, and you can install or screw it back on. Let's place it just like this. Screw this board in. And what I like to do is kind of get rid of all that, any junk that's in the way of this hole that you'll be feeding the wires through. And this charger port wire, you can slide that in. just like that. You don't have to slide it all the way out. So you want to grab this thick wire, plug that in. Get that wire positioned. So make sure you have enough slack here for the wire when your hinge extends. All right, and at this point, you'll need a little bit of glue in 3 spots. So we grab the red wire, place that down. And you can push it through this little hole here. Let's go ahead and add more glue, because we'll be laying the blue wire on top of this red wire. So go ahead and place that right on top. Push this blue wire through. All right, so at this point, we want to add a little bit of glue alongside the hinge. Not too much, just a little bit. Go ahead and spread that out, and lay the wire down on top of it, just so the wire is held in the hinge. All right. So finally, we need to grab this battery. Go ahead and plug her in. It will reset by itself. Don't worry about that. You can turn this off. So place the battery down, just like that. And now we can install this panel here. So lay the hinge on the outside panel here and clip in this inside panel just like that. Extend the hinge so you have enough slack here, and go ahead and clip this outside panel all the way out. So finally, we need to install the speaker driver. So let's remove this glue here, all this junk, and let's go ahead and solder the speaker on. So the red wire is for the speaker driver. Goes to the blue wire first, the blue copper, and then the red copper goes on this side here. So you got that. Go ahead and solder this charger port on. Now finally, this blue wire, which has a red blue wire and a green copper wire. So we got all that soldered on. Now you can go ahead and get this installed. So I like to put a little glue right there. That way we can have these wires held down. Just like this. And you can kind of position this wire. So make sure your speaker driver is flush, no bulges, and go ahead and screw the 3 screws back in. Okay, so we have successfully replaced the hinge. Final step is to install the ear pad. So get rid of this old tape because it's not going to stick anymore. Okay, now grab some new double-sided tape and install this here. And finally, install this ear pad. And there you have it. A Solo 3 wireless right hinge replacement. If you guys have any questions regarding this repair, feel free to comment down below. If you need any parts listed in this video, we do sell them at www.joesge.com. We just sell everything from the hinge that we were replacing to the double-sided tape for the ear pads. So if you guys need the part, we probably do have it. And if you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks again for watching.